The scandal over the IRS targeting of conservative groups got new life this week. We learned a computer hard drive belonging to Lois Lerner, the former IRS official at the center of the controversy, reportedly crashed back in 2011, destroying 2 years of emails crucial to the investigation. That led to IRS Commissioner John Koskinen facing some very angry congressmen this week. Joining us now, the attorney representing some of the conservative groups suing the IRS, Cleta Mitchell, and a former top Democratic House staffer, Julian Epstein. So let's start with the case of the missing emails. And here is the very testy exchange this week between the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee and the IRS commissioner. Take a look.
What I didn't hear in that was an apology to this committee.
I don't think an apology is owed. Not a single email has been lost since the start of this investigation.
Cleta, the IRS, and Koskinen says that Lois Lerner asked the IRS to try to recover, to fix, to go through her email once it crashed, as soon as it crashed in 2011. And they say they have been able, by going to other people that the emails were sent to recover 67,000 of the emails she was involved in. So I guess the question is, what's your beef?
Well, there are several beefs. Let's start with the fact that the number of emails doesn't matter. Because if there were 200,000 or 2 million, what matters is that the Committee on House Oversight asked on June 9th of 2013, June 4th of 2013, sent a letter asking for all of the emails of Lois Lerner specifically. In August, when they hadn't gotten a response, they issued a subpoena. They reissued that subpoena to Koskinen when he was named commissioner late last year. And if you go back and look at the testimony, the hearing where he testified in March, the committee repeatedly, the members asked him about Lois Lerner's emails. When are you going to give us Lois Lerner's emails? He testified Friday that he knew as early as February about this computer glitch. What I think is appalling is that they have not answered the question. They didn't tell us. They didn't tell us a year ago. And I also want to say that I don't believe, I'm with Paul Ryan, I don't believe him. They should have come forward about this a year ago. There should have been a lot more investigation than what we've heard.
I want to pick up on what Cleta is saying, Julian, because here is why a lot of people are so suspicious. And take a look at this timeline that we put together. June 3rd, 2011. Chairman Camp, House Ways and Means, asks the IRS about the targeting of conservative groups seeking tax-exempt status. June 13th, just 10 days later, Lerner reports that her hard drive has crashed. February 2013, IRS realizes that the emails are missing. At least that's what they say. June 13th, 2014, the IRS finally tells Congress. Julian, I guess two questions. How do you explain this 4-month delay between when the IRS says they knew the emails were missing and when they finally told Congress? And how do you explain this apparent coincidence that it is 10 days after Congress starts asking about the emails that Lois Lerner says, the hard drive has crashed?
So let me say, I think any time you have targeting of any group by the IRS, it's inappropriate. I think an apology in that instance is warranted. I think any time when you have emails missing in the course of an investigation, it's a problem. I think the idea that there is some cover-up, the way some Republicans are suggesting, I think is nonsense. The timing was coincidental, and I think perhaps unfortunate.
How do you know that?
Well, the timing, the outline that you just suggested, but there is nobody that suggests, Chris, that there was any bad faith involved in the computer crash. When the computer crashed, Lois Lerner.
Do you think there may have been bad faith?
Let me finish my point, if I may. When the computer crashed, Lois Lerner immediately went to the IT professionals at IRS. The IRS IT professionals all confirmed that. They all confirmed they went to extraordinary lengths to try to recover that information.
But the truth of the matter is we don't know that. We have a few emails that were selectively produced that show that she was, let me tell you what, if that had been my hard drive and that had happened, I would have been a little more outraged than she appeared to be. But here are some other questions. I've had IRS employees who have emailed me this week who said all of their servers are not, it's not one little computer in Washington, that there are servers in 3 different places in the United States. The IRS has a contract with a professional email archiving company. I want to know why the FBI has not stepped forward and said what they have done to try to bring in their very sophisticated capabilities to understand what happened.